How's it going? My name is Snowy Blizzard and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today's video we're going to be talking about 7 different things I frequently build in my Minecraft worlds. To start things off, it's going to be really easy. I usually build these guys right here. They're observer clocks. They're really simple to build. You just do that. It's a really quick pulse timer to use in very specific situations, but I use it all the time. The second one, we're moving on to the hopper clock. How long it goes depends on how many items are in it. If I were to take all the items out, you could see it speeds up very quickly right here. And if I were to put a whole stack of items in there, then it would go extremely slow. But you can adjust this clock at your will. You can put an observer here to detect the change in the blocks so that you could use them for your different machines. Or you could just run a signal out through these redstone bits right here. It's really up to you how you use it, but I use it all the time. The third machine we're moving on to is the block swapper. Now I made a video on this a little while ago, and you guys seemed really interested in it. So what you do is you step on this little pressure plate right here, and it switches to a block and it completely hides everything like nothing ever existed. And all of a sudden you want your crafting table back, so you switch back to the crafting table and you walk back over it and it switches back to their block. Like I said, I made a video on it, so if you want to know how to build that, feel free to click the link down in the description. If I have a video on any of these, they'll be linked down in the description, so you can feel free to click on those and learn how to build them for yourself. So for the fourth one, we have something interesting. We have a hopper minecart unloader. There were a few people having issues with it. I mean, I still use the same design, it works just fine. So you'll see the hopper minecart goes and picks up items, it unloads it into the chest, and as there's items in this hopper, it'll stop the minecart. But once the items get taken out of the hopper, then it'll get unloaded into this chest, and it'll send the minecart back on its way to pick up the other items. One of the issues I had was you can't place a hopper directly under it, otherwise it sends it off before it gets unloaded, just like this. So you can't have a hopper underneath like that, otherwise it won't detect the signal. So this is like the no zone, you're not allowed to have stuff down there underneath it. But other than that, this works pretty well and it's pretty compact and tileable. So if you wanted to stack these side by side and say have like 3 or 4 hopper minecart unloaders, you can have them all running in the same direction and offload into the same storage. So for this next one, it's going to be one of my favorites. It's a 2x2 piston door. Yeah! Anyways, you flick this lever if you haven't seen it before and it opens right up. And if you flick it again, it's completely flush with the wall, so you can't even tell it existed. If you were to hide this lever, you could take the lever and put it somewhere up here. So you could put a lever here and close the door and you wouldn't even know it existed. And then you can flick the lever again, basically, and walk through the door. And you can hide all your valuables or your secret base if you have an evil person on your server or on your realm. And you can just hide it from them completely by closing it off, and they won't even know it exists. So that's a really useful thing, and I do build these quite often when I play with other people, especially my cousins. This right here is something very, very special. I only learned about it recently, around the 1.15, 1.16 update. It's a chunk loader. It's really compact. As you can see, it only goes down a couple blocks down here. It's only like 3 or 4 blocks tall. And once you build it up, it runs as long as you want to. You can put this lever here to turn it off. And so basically what it does is it shoots an item through the portal, basically loading in both dimensions in a certain area thanks to some newer game mechanics. You can run farms and things. They don't work for mob farms, sadly, but they do work for things like iron farms and storage systems and things like that. So it's really great to have these around your worlds, although they do load the chunks, so keep in mind that if you have a very small server or something along those lines, it could potentially lag it up. So don't run too many of these, but I mean, it's a lot easier on the server than if you were to AFK overnight at your melon farm. So coming up at number 7 is one of my personal favorites. It is the auto sorter. Yay!
A few moments later.
We have auto sorting items. So basically this one receives comparators, this one receives dirt, and this one receives redstone dust. So basically what you do is you put all your items in here and it splits them up evenly for you. You could even throw some things in there that aren't meant to be sorted. It'll take them out just fine, it'll handle them just fine. And so basically it doesn't put them in any one of these, but it goes through the whole system and ends up in here. And so these are our items that aren't sorted out, aren't sorted through the filters, and they get put into the dump chest at the end. You can either grab them back or shoot it into lava or something, whatever you want. It's always really, really handy to have one of these because you can sort through all your items very quickly. You can just dump your inventory in here and just let the game mechanics do the work for you. So that's always something, the most useful thing I think I'll ever use. I genuinely have it on every single world I've ever played on. Even in the test world, I have it built somewhere else too. And it's built right here. These are some really great game mechanics it takes advantage of to make your life a little easier and make your gameplay a little bit more efficient. I'm definitely going to be building one of these up in the survival world. If you haven't checked that out yet, feel free to. There's a whole playlist over here, about 4 or 5 episodes as of now. So feel free to check that out. It's super fun. It's a lot of fun to play. But anyways, these are my top machines that I would build in every single survival world. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video or I helped you out in any way, shape, or form, be sure to hit that like button and tap that little red subscribe button too. It means so much to me when you guys subscribe. We're closing in at 1,200 subscribers, and that is absolutely insane. I never thought I'd get this far and this quick, especially. So I really appreciate it, and if you guys want to help the channel out by subscribing, feel free to do so. There's a little red button right down below that says subscribe, and if you want to join the Discord, go ahead. There's a link down in the description to join the Discord, join the community, and connect with me and the members. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.